all about strategy in these early moments. Ernest Heather is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right.
It's a delicate balance between taking it easy and pushing hard. Let's see how Ernest Heather handles it.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Jacobus Vasson is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
This is the moment they've been preparing for. Let's see if they can execute.
As Jacobus Vasson completes their outlap, they will be hoping they have given themselves enough space on track to fully attack for their first flying lap. The adrenaline is pumping. Sean Motter is on their outlap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time. That's the outlap done for Sean Motter. They'll now look to focus on their first flying lap. You can feel the tension building. Joni Geldenhuys is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused, while also pushing the limits.
Joni Geldenhuys is driving through Melbourne Hairpin. It looks like JP Brand is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right. JP Brand has completed their outlap. It's all about strategy in these early moments. Ernest Heather is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right. Ernest Heather is looking relatively composed going through Caucus. Just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Bradley Taylor appears focused and prepared driving through Melbourne Hairpin. As Bradley Taylor completes their outlap, they will be hoping they have given themselves enough space on track to fully attack for their first flying lap. It's all about precision and speed in qualifying, and Ernest Heather is nailing both. JP Brand is on their outlap. JP Brand is driving through Old Hairpin. JP Brand is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 2.17 seconds down.
JP Brand needs to refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of.
Joni Geldenhuys is looking for ways to improve their consistency. Joni Geldenhuys will be happy having put themselves into third in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower, they need to drive smooth and smart.
The adrenaline is pumping. Jacobus Besson is on their out lap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time. Jacobus Besson is looking relatively composed going through Starkey's straight.
I have always loved this section of the track.
Ernest Heather is up -0.18.
Well, Carol, it seems like Ernest Heather has got the need for speed and nothing is going to stop him now.
Ernest Heather is now up -0.36 in Melbourne hairpin. Richard Reshka will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session. Richard Reshka will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session. Richard Reshka appears focused and prepared driving through Hollywood.
There's a spot near here where the teenagers sneak off to make out.
Ernest Heather is driving through Coppice.
There's not much better than sitting near here and watching the cars speed by.
JP Brand is looking relatively composed going through Starkey's straight. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Richard Reshka will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
Ernest Heather is trying to find that extra performance. It seems like Ernest Heather is struggling, currently 0.14 off their best pace. Bradley Taylor is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
Well, Carol, they'll need to find those extra tenths of a second by pushing just a little bit harder on the braking and carrying more speed through the corners.
Ernest Heather has some work to do as that 129.476 is only good enough for 7th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they're going to find it before the session is over.
Ernest Heather appears focused and prepared driving through Craner curves. This is what it's all about. Sean Motter is putting everything they've got into this qualifying session. That's the outlap done for Sean Motter. They'll now look to focus on their first flying lap. JP Brand is driving through Starkey's grid.
Spectators near here can smell the smoke wafting from nearby grills.
Richard Reshka is trying to find that. Richard Reshka will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session. Richard Reshka is looking relatively composed going through Hollywood. JP Brand is up minus 0.2.
Looks like JP Brand is really cooking with gas out there today.
JP Brand will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session. Ernest Heather is up minus 0.16. Ernest Heather is driving through Craner curves and is up minus 0.12.
There's no guarantee that Ernest Heather can maintain this delta through the rest of the lap.
Incredible drive by Sean Motter so far, earning them third. The competition is fierce, however, and they will need to quickly find more time to get even closer to the sharp end of the grid.
You're absolutely right, Carol. Sean Mater's current position of third reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
It's an impressive showing by Richard Reshka, currently in second. They've showcased their talent, but will need to find those crucial. Richard Reshka will be happy having put themselves into second in this qualifying session. Richard Reshka appears focused and prepared driving through Hollywood.
There's a spot near here where the teenagers sneak off to make out.
Impressive work from Sean Motter, who has claimed third on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Sean Motter has improved by minus 0.45 up through Schwantz's curve. And there goes Jacobus Besson, currently in position 8. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
Absolutely, Carol. Jacobus Besson has shown great potential to secure 8th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
Jacobus Besson is now up minus 0.44 in Melbourne hairpin. Sean Motter has put in a great effort and currently holds third. With the session winding down, time is running out for them to unleash their full potential and improve their starting position. Sean Motter will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Sean Motter will be happy having We're in Great Britain today for what promises to be an unforgettable race at Donington Park 2018 GP Simmark. The drivers have been talking about this one for weeks.
It's going to be interesting to see how the drivers handle the challenges of this circuit. I'm excited to see what they can do.
Our second place starter for today's race is none other than JP Brand.
JP Brand will be expecting to bring home solid points.
Taking off from the third grid slot is the skilled driver, Richard Reshka. Bradley Taylor will begin the race from the fourth spot on the starting grid. And in fifth place, we have Jacobus Besson. The green flag is out and the drivers are off. You know what, Carl? This is what it's all about.
Maintaining a safe distance while still pushing for position is a delicate balance. Experience and composure will be vital in these opening moments.
The tensions are high, and no one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap.
The drivers are walking a fine line during the first lap melee as everyone tries to establish themselves. It's easy for inexperienced racers to blow it in T1.
The drivers are jockeying for position. Bradley Taylor will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position. As the tires come up to temp, their available grip is changing, and the drivers that manage this transition best are likely to make progress through the field. This is going to be one hell of a race. I can already feel it. It's been a solid race so far for Jacobus Besson. They're holding their position and keeping a steady pace.
Sometimes that's all it takes to secure a good result. Jacobus Bassen just needs to stay focused and avoid any mistakes.
This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
That's one way to put it. These drivers have to be in top physical and mental shape to compete at this level.
It's like they're training for the Olympics. And like you said, the mental fortitude required to stay focused and alert for the entire race is wild.
I think I need a nap just watching them. The pursuit is on. Jacobus Bassen is closing the gap on Ernest Heather, determined to claim P6. It looks like Joni Geldenhuys is pushing hard to catch up to Bradley Taylor. That's not a small gap, but Joni Geldenhuys has what it takes to challenge for the position. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Jacobus Bassen, who is currently in P7. But Ernest Heather is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Jacobus Bassen.
This is where experience comes into play. Ernest Heather has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but Jacobus Bassen is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Bradley Taylor trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Sean Motter. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
It's going to be tough for Bradley Taylor, as Sean Mater seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Bradley Taylor pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
The delta between Jacobus Bassen in 7th and Ernest Heather remains over a second, but Jacobus Bassen is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 4 minutes left in this session to make that happen. The green flag is out and the drivers are off. You know what, Carl? This is what it's all about.
Maintaining a safe distance while still pushing for position is a delicate balance. Experience and composure will be vital in these opening moments.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Jacobus Bassen trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Ernest Heather. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Ernest Heather is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Jacobus Bassen in P7 doing everything they can to catch up.
The tension is building as Richard Reschke trails behind Joni Geldenhuys. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Joni Geldenhuys is pushing to maintain the lead, while Richard Reschke is working to close in and challenge for the position. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Sean Motter is chasing JP Brand in P1.
The gap is 0.4 seconds now. Sean Mater is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with JP Brand.
This is a thrilling battle as Richard Reschke edges closer to Joni Geldenhuys in their fight for P4.
I would not be surprised if they get this pass completed soon.
An impressive showing from Richard Reschke, who has gained positions and left Joni Geldenhuys in the green flag is out and the drivers are off. You know what, Carl? This is what it's all about.
Maintaining a safe distance while still pushing for position is a delicate balance. Experience and composure will be vital in these opening moments.
The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Sean Motter in second chases after JP Brand. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Sean Motter needs to find a way to close the gap. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Joni Geldenhuys will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
Absolutely, Johnny Geldenhuys in 5th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
The race is heating up as Sean Motter in 2nd closes in on JP Brand. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. The green flag is out and the drivers are off. You know what, Carl? This is what it's all about.
Maintaining a safe distance while still pushing for position is a delicate balance. Experience and composure will be vital in these opening moments.
Things are heating up as Sean Motter tries to close the gap to JP Brand. It looks like we might get a battle between Sean Motter and JP Brand.
This is where the race gets really exciting. Both drivers will be pushing to the limit to gain the advantage.
As a former racing driver, Carl, how challenging was breaking news, folks? What a move. Sean Motter has moved up to 1st.
Yes, Sean Mater is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
The pressure is on for Sean Motter as they try to catch up to JP Brand.
With just 0.4 seconds between them, Sean Mater will need to close the gap to have hopes of a pass.
Sean Motter is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to JP Brand to 0.1 seconds. Big gains for Sean Motter as they move up the field, leaving JP Brand behind.
Absolutely, Carol, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and Sean Mater can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep driving with intensity and focus.
The intensity is off the charts as Sean Motter hounds JP Brand, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
That's right, Sean Mater is determined to pass JP Brand and secure a higher position.
Bradley Taylor is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. The gap between them is just over 0.4 seconds. Can Bradley Taylor close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
The race is really heating up. Sean Motter is hunting down JP Brand with everything they've got.
The racing is getting tight between Sean Mater and JP Brand as they battle for P1. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
It looks like Bradley Taylor is pushing hard to catch up to Sean Motter. That's not a small gap, but Bradley Taylor has what it takes to challenge for the position. Richard Reshka is on a mission, chasing Bradley Taylor, who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Richard Reshke needs to be careful not to overdo it.
Every move counts now as Sean Motter works to reel in JP Brand and overtake for P1. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
Look at that, Sean Mater is hot on the tail of JP Brand.
This is where every inch counts. Sean Mater is pushing hard to close the gap on JP Brand. Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
Seems like Bradley Taylor is getting in range of Richard Reshka. This is where the race gets really interesting. Richard Reshka is closing in on Sean Mater. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
The gap between them is now just over 0.3 seconds.
Richard Reshka is giving it their all as they chase down Sean Mater in P2.
It's a game of strategy now as Richard Reshke hunts down Sean Mater. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
Sean Mater is holding second, but Richard Reshka is right on their tail. Excellent work from Sean Mater, who has managed to increase their lead over Richard Reshka. They seem to have found their rhythm and they are grooving to it. In your experience, Carl, what was the most important aspect of managing tire degradation during a race?
The most important aspect, Carol, was maintaining a good balance between pushing hard and conserving tires. Finding the sweet spot between aggression and tire preservation was key to optimizing race pace and strategy.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Sean Mater is chasing JP Brand in P1.
That driver is really pushing the limits. They're riding the curbs and pushing the car to its limits.
It looks like JP Brand has found another gear in the last sector of the race.
That's an impressive burst of speed. It's all but said and done now.
And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from JP Brand. Impressive second place finish for Sean Mater.
Brilliant. Sean Mater showed great skill and determination to take second place.
Excellent focus from Richard Reshka to secure a fantastic third place on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
In 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, it's Bradley Taylor, Ernest Heather, Jacobus Basson, and Peter Geldenhuys. Finishing 8th is Joni Geldenhuys. It's a beautifully calm day here at Donington Park 2018 GP Simmark, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Carol, but I'm expecting some hard-fought battles on track today.
The 8th starting position belongs to Joni Geldenhuys, who will be looking to make up ground early on.
They've got the heart of a lion, and they won't back down from a challenge.
Jacobus Basson lines up in second place as the engines rev and the race begins. Starting from the 3rd position on the grid, we have Ernest Heather.
Starting from here, Ernest Heather may already have expectations of a podium finish.
The flag drops, and the race is underway. Drivers now face the challenge of avoiding first lap calamities.
This is where the real racecraft comes into play. The drivers will be looking for any opportunity to make a move and gain an advantage.
It's all about finding those gaps and making the most of them, especially in these early stages of the race.
And with so many talented drivers on the grid, you know we're going to see some incredible overtakes here in the first sector.
It's not just about making a move, it's about doing it cleanly and without causing any incidents. Sean Motter will be studying the nearby drivers and looking for anything that could give them an advantage. As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Simspeed Motorsports for making this all possible. Heroes one and all.
There are a few drivers with a point to prove, and a few with some grudges to bear. Let's hope they can keep it clean.
Every lap is an opportunity for Bradley Taylor to learn just a little bit more to shave a few tenths or hundredths off their times.
Every corner, every lap, and every race is a chance for these drivers to hone their abilities and improve their skills.
This one's going to be tough. JP Brand is getting their elbows out, and there may not be enough time left for Sean Motter to make a move. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Sean Motter, who is currently in P6. But JP Brand is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Sean Motter.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Sean Mater in 6th determined to catch up. But we know JP Brand isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate, Sean Mater is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
This is getting exciting. Sean Motter is looking for any gap that might open up the position. He's pulling away. JP Brand is increasing the gap to Sean Motter. Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners, it's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway in 1896? I bet those drivers were chugging along.
All joking aside, I bet they were. Things have come a long way since then, haven't they?
Definitely, it's amazing to think about the technology that goes into these cars now. I mean, they have more computing power than some countries.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Sean Motter trying to outsmart and outmaneuver JP Brand. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish.
Indeed, the anticipation is high as Sean Mater tries to reel in JP Brand. But JP Brand is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. Sean Mater needs to find a little extra speed to bring the fight to JP Brand and move up the field.
This is going to be a nail-biter. JP Brand is defending for their life, but Sean Motter is right there doing everything they can to force a mistake. Sean Motter is running through. They are trying to catch JP Brand. Oh, this is getting intense. Richard Reshka is just a few car lengths behind Sean Motter. It's like watching two breaking news, folks. What a move. Sean Motter has moved up to first.
Yes, Sean Mater is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
The pursuit is on. Bradley Taylor is closing the gap on JP Brand, determined to claim P3. Looks like Sean Motter is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control. It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Sean Mater is really walking that fine line.
Some great driving from Bradley Taylor, who has increased their lead over Sean Motter and is starting to put some distance between them. I love being here at Donington Park 2018 GP Simmark. What an awesome place to be witnessing these titans of the track battle it out.
Indeed, Carol, what a magnificent sight and sound. I love listening to the roar of these engines. Let's just listen for a moment.
Sean Motter is placed 5th at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Richard Reshka, who is 0.3 seconds behind. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
They say rubbing is racing, but if Richard Reshke gets too close, they might end up trading carbon fiber souvenirs instead of positions.
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
You can wish all you want, but I don't. Hold on a second. It's looking good for Richard Reshka, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Sean Motter.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with JP Brand trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Ernest Heather. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
This is where experience comes into play. Ernest Heather has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but JP Brand is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
The delta between Bradley Taylor in 4th and JP Brand remains over a second, but Bradley Taylor is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 7 minutes left in this session to make that happen. This is a thrilling battle as JP Brand edges closer to Ernest Heather in their fight for P2.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. JP Brand should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Ernest Heather.
Things are heating up as Bradley Taylor tries to close the gap to JP Brand. Superb driving from Bradley Taylor, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race. Carl, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Carol. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
Things don't seem to be going Sean Mater's way in this race, as that's a big gap they'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here. I don't think that's the fastest way around Donington Park 2018 GP Sim. The pressure is on for Bradley Taylor as they try to catch up to JP Brand.
Bradley Taylor is looking to close the 0.4 second gap and make a pass.
Good news for Bradley Taylor, the gap to JP Brand has decreased. It's now down to 0.3 seconds.
This is what racing is all about, hard-fought battles with as much determination as respect, between friends and enemies alike.
Richard Reshka is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. Richard Reshke needs to focus if they want to make a move and pass Ernest Heather.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Bradley Taylor will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But JP Brand is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Bradley Taylor in P3 doing everything they can to catch up.
A strong showing from JP Brand, who is currently second. A commanding performance from JP Brand, who has increased their lead over Bradley Taylor, putting them firmly in their rearview mirrors.
That's exactly what JP Brand needed to do.
The tension is building as Bradley Taylor trails behind JP Brand. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. JP Brand is pushing to maintain the lead, while Bradley Taylor is working to close in and challenge for the position. The race is heating up as JP Brand in second closes in on Jacobus Basson. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
It's going to be tough for JP Brand, as Jacobus Basson seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen JP Brand pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
It looks like Bradley Taylor is pushing hard to catch up to JP Brand. That's not a small gap, but Bradley Taylor has what it takes to challenge for the position.
Absolutely, Bradley Taylor in third will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
It's a battle of wills out there, with JP Brand trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Jacobus Basson. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish.
Indeed, the anticipation is high as JP Brand tries to reel in Jacobus Basson. But Jacobus Basson is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. JP Brand needs to find a little extra speed to bring the fight to Jacobus Basson and move up the field.
It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Sean Motter as they have a big gap ahead of them to close at this point in time. JP Brand is on a mission, chasing Jacobus Basson, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. The gap between JP Brand and Jacobus Basson is getting smaller.
Exactly what JP Brand needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Jacobus Basson.
The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Bradley Taylor in third chases after JP Brand. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Bradley Taylor needs to find a way to close the gap.
This is where experience comes into play. JP Brand has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but Bradley Taylor is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
It's like JP Brand has saved all their energy for this final stretch. And there it is. JP Brand has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match.
What a result for JP Brand. They'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance, and rightly so. They really put in the work and it's paid off in spades.
A nail-biting finish, but Jacobus Basson claims second place. What a race from Bradley Taylor, showing their skill and determination for a great third-place finish. Richard Reshka, Sean Motter, Ernest Heather, and Peter Geldenhuys claim 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Coming in 8th we have Joni Geldenhuys.